Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today the hottest deck of new standard, and when you see this in action in all of the ways, it will kinda blow your mind. You can already see some warping, you have seen Sephiroth, but we have some interactions in this deck that are kinda unreal, man. So I think you will love it. There are so many sacrifice decks right now, so you want to probably try them. We have Sephiroth on the next turn, so for now we go double 1-drop. They love to be sacrificed. And yeah, so guys, we are, by the way, we are playing unranked because ranked is literally disabled. I don't know if as you are watching it you can play ladder, but right now you literally cannot. It's just fully disabled. Let's go one Sephiroth because we can get rid of, we can play it later basically. This one gets stuck. So if you don't know, this basically forces you to exile a card and it stacks. If you exile a land, then it will be tapped, so we cannot do it. For now, I mean, we attack with the miner because this one will be super easy to take back. And by the way, this is like the last game I'm playing, so the order will be a little bit opposite. So I will tell you already, this deck is so cool. Like, I'm actually loving it way more than the previous one with Sephiroth and all the tokens. This one is just more fun, more interesting, and has more mechanics. So I think you will really love it. But I'm having a blast with this deck. Dazzling Angel. Life gains, sure. I mean, we probably don't lose Sephiroth to this. It sounds like a pretty bad idea. So, we could go for this one. Get some cards, potentially. We can create an extra creature with this. And it has lifelink. I really like it, honestly. Even if we lose Sephiroth, I think with this, it will be worth it. Well, I guess we have to go for... It's still getting blocked, so it doesn't matter too much. Alright, so let's get the card. And don't forget, every time you trigger Sephiroth, you also, do the crime thing. But we don't have mana. This one mana tax was super strong for our opponent. But that means we're dealing more damage and we're creating more stuff. So if you don't know, this is 4 mana 4/4 with lifelink, already nice, and it's basically like a Gix that whenever one of the creatures deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life, and if something left the battlefield, like a permanent, you create a 2/2, which is also nice. We don't block, we take the damage, and this deck can take a ton of damage because of all of the life gain you have. With Avengers of the Fallen, you create more creatures if you lose more creatures. And believe me, you are losing a lot of creatures with this one. So we can already go Sephiroth if we want. But I think the better play is Sage. Don't forget, our opponent has 2 open mana, and they know that we will draw cards if we attack. So there's a good chance they have a combat trick or something. What do you have? Do you have combat trick or something? Okay, maybe they just want to put the counter here. Because if they sacrifice it, they deny the life gain, which is kinda what they really want. The problem for them is that we are at 16, and it's not going down easy. The Avenger of the Fallen is ridiculously good synergy with this deck. I'll tell you why in a second. Oh my god, this is so good. By the way, this is exile, so we can literally kill indestructible creature. This card is also insane. It does so much. But for this turn, I think we just go Avenger. They cannot kill us, right? I don't think we can die on this, on like this or next turn. And we get free stuff every time. Man, I love new mono black. It's so much fun. I'm not even scared of Elspeth. By the way, this, let's read it together. 3 mana instant, exile target creature or a planeswalker. Return 1 or 2 target creatures or planeswalkers from graveyard to your hand. Or put 2+1/+1 counters and the lifelink until end of turn. But the counters are permanent. So it feels like Gix command, but 2 mana cheaper. So seems good to me. Do we go Sephiroth and go crazy? Those tokens will sacrifice at the end step. We could also just kill Elspeth and roll with it. We can always play it later, right? No, we want this now. Let's go! I think with Sephiroth in the board, they won't be able to just kill us, man. And Sage goes into the graveyard, 3 goes into 4. and we create one more, which means Sephiroth will flip. Like, the synergies in this deck, insane, man. Like, just mind-boggling. And we go for Sage here. By the way, we can even go Cooler. No, this is warped. If this is in the graveyard, you can cast it for 1 mana, and it already is a 2/2 haster, basically. So I don't think we need to do anything except killing Elspeth, honestly. I should probably split some damage to the face, but I'll be honest, I don't need to. Why would I do math if I can just win the game? Does it sound familiar? This might be your new deck of standard, we'll see. We will talk about it more in the outro, but I'm so hyped for the new set. And guys, subscribe and like, because we will be pushing so many cool decks. I have like tons of ideas. The problem is I can, push one video at a time. I want more. Alright. Oh, we live gain also with this guy, we live gain with this man. We will break 50 lives soon. And our opponent needs to play a sweeper just to even start getting back into this game. Sephiroth flips because it transformed, and now we get the emblem for the rest of the game. So even if they sweep the board or something, the emblem stays forever, and we're at 25. Man, this puny deck has nothing on us. Life gain, Elspeth. This card is kinda insane, by the way. What do you do? The Avenger. So they want to live gain and create a 4 for free. It's like nothing. Like, we don't even need to kill it. Oh, and this will be... I think we might win on the next turn. Can we? Alright, guys. We can do so much stuff. We could even pump the Sephiroth, so this will be hilarious. This will actually be hilarious. So we go for this guy. This is a haster. We need to keep 3 mana, so we won't be playing the miner. And full swing face should be good enough. Oh my... Oh boy. So we mobilize, and we can just sacrifice all of those. This is so good, man. I don't know, I will just draw full new hand. Can I draw full new hand? This will be fun. Thanks. Oh, and by the way, you didn't see the full potential yet. Like, this is just a setup, alright? We will showcase you this in the other games, because we still didn't draw, like, the main card. How many miners do we have? Is it the one? I will actually decline, because I need all of the mana. Like, this is just a start. We'll go way harder on the next turns, so you can kinda see the potential of this deck. I need to manually decline. And we'll of course drain our opponent to absolute oblivion. And they're here with the 3/4/4. Bro, this is not the power level you want. And yeah, I think they will try to multi-block Sephiroth. And then we will combat trick them so they lose everything. And we life gain even more. This will be fun. They have no cards, man. This is everything they had. Like, this is it. This is their play. No way they are allowing Sephiroth. What? I was sure, man, this is so funny. So, Death Toucher wins here. Those die. This is free. Do I want to pump more damage? How many creatures die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I win the game? Wait, how many? I need to actually count, guys. I'm sorry, I need to count. So let's check the wording. So the emblem. We need Sephiroth if we want to double trigger. So we get 1 damage per creature dying. They don't have lifelink on anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage, so we are dealing 11. So this is indeed a lethal. Guys, I'm sorry, I needed to actually count and play well for a moment. And this, guys, just so we are clear on this, we have 9 cards in the hand, and we could draw even more on the next turns. So here it is, that's your cool lethal for the day with 1 winged angel, infinite tokens, and we also draw cards every time we hit face, just so it's easier. So we could play this in so many different ways. I really appreciate it, man. Guys, and I tell you, it's not even everything, because we have some cards you didn't see, and they are even stronger. So this will be fun. Let's go to the next game. Absolutely. However, this is Orzhov. So this could be a Sephiroth deck with similar strategy as ours. No, he's not disconnected, because there are so many connectivity issues today that, you know, I thought that maybe they got disconnected. All right, so let's see. Our opponent has a big turn ahead of him. Essence Channeler. Definitely a nice one. Definitely a nice one. We can do something against it. I think we have to go for this later and sweep the board this way. I think this is our idea out of this pickle. I can sacrifice a creature on this turn, but I cannot do both. So I think instead we could swing with this. And then what? This. I don't think it's great. I think we have to go like this. And I will go for the flyer here. The life drain will help. This will be very, very close game, because I think we're off the point where we can kill it easily, because the counters will transfer to the second one. I really hope they won't go for the Supervoid. This is my idea to win this game. No. Oh no, I need to highlight the fake card so they discard this one and not the real one. Because I cannot sweep the whole... The problem with Channeler is that it's basically two different creatures. They notice the real card, which means that we probably need to fight through this. This will be very hard. I think we have to trade here. That means they can attack with the bat. Alright, I mean we can take it back, but will it be too late? That's my question. We have some decent value, man, and Sephiroth will absolutely do his best to you know, save us. This is interesting. Because okay, I think this is it. And we need only... Okay, this is perfection. We might draw something. So first, we swing. We swing. I guess we could play... Okay. We played this, I think. I want to be sure that we can deal maximum damage on this turn. And the Linkbreaker is of course great, because it's not attacking, so we are not losing damage. Okay, nice. So we'll remove this, and then the target. They will probably put counters here, but they are left with the bat then. And we have Sephiroth, so I think they are losing, man. Like, we're playing very similar deck, but ours is just simply cooler, you know? And Trajectory is kinda insane card. It's 1 mana hard removal in a lot of cases, especially if you can force a sacrifice, or you have Warp like the Cooler, right? So it's very easy to trigger this. And it's literally 1 mana go for the throat with no downsides. So pretty good stuff. Of course it's Sorcerer, that's the biggest downside. Alright, that was a nice hit. And I mean, can we take one more hit? I should not go for it, man. I really should not go for it. -10, please? Oh boy, man, we are this close to flipping Sephiroth that I see. Man, they might go for this, because this one has lifelink, so it's super tempting to put counters here. They know it's high priority target, so normally you split the value between creatures, so there's not one good target, but they might go all in, and they did. And we are very good at punishing all in. So now we get back the card, we live again, and suddenly our opponent is defending, and we have Sephiroth, which means that it's very easy to win the game on the value side. This might be one of the last remaining plays. Rise the Pass is probably the last chance they have. So that's something we need to keep in mind still. So we will attack, sacrifice the miner, get the miner back, and then we'll think. Which means we need 5 mana on this turn. I will go with this because this will force them to sacrifice stuff. And we might as well. because they probably don't want to block Sephiroth. Yeah, let's go for the Miner, because we get it back when we target, and our opponent has to sacrifice a creature. Man, this is so good. I have to say, the cool part is that it feels like completely fresh strategy. We were playing with Sephiroth's Sacrifice, but this one works completely different in so many ways, and I'll tell you, it's cooler. It feels cooler. I really enjoy playing this stuff. So our opponent needs to Rise the Past, and honestly, it's only 3 creatures. I think we can kill all of them. So even Rise the Past probably is not good enough, right? They cannot kill us with like any kind of combo. So I'm pretty sure we are winning this game. And by the way, whenever you have double Bloodwitch, oh boy, and Sephiroth, and you life gain, you draw cards, you get cards back because Miner gets back every time Sephiroth. I told you, I knew this. This is just lurking there. They will of course take the Bloodwitch, and I think it still might not be enough. They actually need the life gain not to trigger the synergies. They need life gain to survive. However, this draw is absolutely abysmal. Like, it's the worst draw ever. We need to protect the Sephiroth at all costs. I think we go for this. It's not really a question. We attack, right? They can double block. We could just try to... This is Sorcerer, right? So we could tap everything, giving them extra turn, which is not amazing. You would get to 6 plus 4, so 10. Wait, what was this counting? 7. 7, so it's not close yet. So instead, we'll full swing. Get the Miner back. Force them to sacrifice. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. The gods of magic have listened to me for once. And this is so insane. Yep. Absolutely. Do I have more? No. Our opponent is out. They don't even want to play. And by the way, they made the full combo. This was great opening. They had Rise the Past, and it doesn't even matter. And the cool part about Cooler is that even if you don't have a 1-drop, you still have a 1-drop. And this card is so flexible that it's kinda crazy. Let's go. We don't have much time because our opponent played the Elves. You know, they're up for some really bad things. So we probably will go with the Sothera, the Supervoid, to clear the board at some point. Our opponent literally ramps as hard as humanly possible. Turn 1 Elves into turn 2 Lookout. Like, oh my god, we might be in some trouble. So how do we want to play this? I probably want to go Zealot into Cooler. I really like Avenger, man. We want to sacrifice stuff on the next turn, so I think we go for this. And we want both, because this one will be warped. Don't forget, we can always warp it from the graveyard. And of course, we swing, because that's what we do. I'm considering if we should sacrifice... I mean, we can always warp it, right? But we kinda have the next play, to be honest. Alright, I will chill for now. We don't get any value from sacrificing at this point, so I think we can chill 1 turn. Our opponent is already like 2 turns, like I had, what they normally are. So this is a little bit scary. I should really read the card. When you unlock this, create a token that's a copy. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. So they ramp even harder, and it's Simic, so you know that bad things will happen to you once they get to, 7 or 8 mana probably. So we are drawing so many lands. Do we already drop it? We could go this into this and then sweep the board on the next turn. I really like... Well... You know what? Let's go. I think this being in the board helps us so much. And do we want to risk this guy? This is our only way to sacrifice creatures right now. So they could double block, in which case we only kill 1 creature. So I think this is way better. This will be a bit of a slow turn, but it also allows us to basically sweep the board in the future, because those creatures can be cast infinitely. So you can always have something to sacrifice. Alright, they're going for double triggers. Oh man, this will be, like, next turn will be huge. We'll decide later. Another land, man, we have only like 20 or 21 lands, I don't remember, so this is incredible flute already. Let's go for this guy. And we'll warp it later. How does warp exactly work? Exile at the beginning. I mean, we can sweep the board probably with this, but let's just play it normally. Alright, I think I know. This will be a bit interesting. But let's see how they block. Okay, nice. And now we can start sacrificing, right? That's the play. They want to sweep the elf. Alright, first let's go for this guy. And see if they choose elf or the lookout. Lookout is of course the right. By the way, they're at 4? What? How? I think we are going into Sephiroth or something like this. Don't forget creatures in the graveyard fuel this guy. So we can go for Culler. And this is kinda insane. Look at this, we literally will sweep the whole board. If we had Sephiroth, the game would be over, because we would drain this for life. But now we'll just clear the board. It's fine. It's fine. And we can use life to get the free value, basically. Nope. Because we just get all the stuff. And Surveil honestly helps so much here. This is so funny. And whatever they will play, we can kill it. However, I think it won't be a creature. I think it could be like Doppelgang or something weird like this. And we probably want to play this guy again, right? Or we can just do it on the next turn. Oh, we will get a creature. Our opponent has nothing in the board. Right, I kind of forgot. That's fine. So we'll probably get the elves. Well, this gives us... Yeah, this actually is better. It also has reach, so maybe it does something. Alright. I mean, we can probably finish the game, man. Let's see what our opponent is doing. This is the big turn. Marang, so everything will be bounced, right? Because the triggers get doubled. So I think... Man, but everything can be cast with haste. And they will get the lookout. It's their card, right? So for this reason, it's the owner, right? Yep. So we will of course sacrifice it in response so they don't get the stuff. And you know what? This is good enough. And even though we got kinda flooded, now it helps because now I can cast everything on the same turn. So we go for the Bloodwitch. We go for the Zealot. And this deck is kinda insane. Like, look at this. I can just go for... You know what? I could play this, attack with 2, get them to 2, and then sacrifice. Yeah, that would be the play, and they are dead on this turn. Because this packs the most damage, and we'll, leave this one for the 2-drop that will get amplified with the lifelink. I usually have like 1 mana lifelinker and 2 mana that gets the benefit of lifelinker. You know, the classic. And we need to do some heavy lifting here. I think we just swing, man. I think we actually swing. They won't see this coming. Or will they? Alright, they're scared. And they should be. So now we can go for what? I don't... Wait. Our spell was warped. Alright, we will miss damage then? No, we can just minus 10 it. It's fine. We'll just double play on this turn. Okay, I have it figured. So we will go like this, because then we have nice blockers. We can always sacrifice the Sage to the Pridemate, then we have blocker for the Hawk, and next turn we can go for -10 while attacking, so we don't miss the damage. This one creates food token. Honestly, I think we just take the damage. I think we leave those guys so they can stack some value for the future. Like, you still want to sacrifice them at some point, you know? Oh, as you can clearly see. So, we warp this guy. Man, this is so good. Let's -10, because why wouldn't we? Now we can swing. We definitely swing with this. Do we also swing with the small ones? I think we keep them. I think we keep them. Because once Sephiroth drops, they won't block. This will be pretty massive. And we can go for this guy. Do we want to crew? I call it crew, but it's station mechanic. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. So now we can drop the Sephiroth on the next turn or Avenger of the Fallen. But I think Sephiroth is better because of the life gain. This will be very scary, that's for sure. But I think we are entering the stage when we can just chomp block and sacrifice a lot of creatures and maybe even drain them. They only have one life linker. Alright, this is a 4-4, but no trample. Oh boy. Guys, we are freaking getting this. Let's go like this. We sacrifice the Sage. I think. Or we could just allow the Hawk. No, I think the Sage is fine. It should be enough creatures. Now we are starting to draw. I wanted to hit a land, to be honest, but it's fine. And we can tap something. I mean, we can tap the Miner, because it cannot block anyway. Ooh, nope. Alright, so this was a bit of a setup turn. Now our opponent is slowly out of gas. Here's the Panda, the Demon, the Forgotten Demon. And they're attacking with this guy, which is completely fine. Well, do we want to block this guy, or we just wait and draw cards with Sephiroth? I think we're okay. We're not okay, let's block. I just checked the life total, and I think that maybe we want to make sure that, you know, we don't get more. So, let's get stuff. Like, Sephiroth will help a lot. I really want to transform it, and we have ways to do it. But not sure if we can do it already on this turn. Avenger of the Fallen is amazing. If we attack with Sephiroth, they want to block. That's for sure. And they want to trade. So honestly, I think we just go with this. We have quite a lot of creatures in the graveyard. This one is not legendary. Believe or not, it's not legendary. And we are not attacking with the Miner. But we keep stacking this guy. I'm not sure if it will be used in this game, but there's kind of no downside in doing this. We cannot attack, and we need to, you know, be defensive for this turn. Now we have Death Toucher. Okay. That's fine. And this actually is pretty good for us, because we get the Sephiroth trigger. And later we will get it back for 1 mana, so I'm super happy with this play. And that was like their big play, you know? Alright, so this is the turn when we need to do stuff. We probably need to chomp block. We could go like this. This seems like a decent block, so we go 7 damage. Honestly, absolutely love it. I think we might win the game out of this. And we want to lose creatures, because then maybe Sephiroth flips. I didn't count it, I think Sephiroth will flip already. And we are getting so much life gain that they won't be happy. And all of the creatures are in the graveyard, which means that Avenger will mobilize a ton of creatures, and I think we're winning. Our opponent thought that they are finishing the game. Well, it's more us finishing the game. Here you go. Here, yep. That's how we do it. So I think we go for this guy, into this guy, into, you guessed it, this, wait. Oh, it's not warped. I thought it's in the graveyard. Alright, that's fine. It's fine. That means we just attack. We go this. We stack triggers nicely. So first this, correct. And let's mobilize quite a lot of creatures. Oh man, I kind of want to draw quite a lot of cards. So you know what? Let's just go with this. And this one, because then we can get the other part. Like, this is insane, man. Yep. all of the cards. Oh man, when we get this in the board, we sweep the board in one turn. Like, we literally sweep the whole board, because our opponent will have to sacrifice so much. Do I want this? Absolutely. We will pay 1, and our opponent... Told you, man, we're at 16, we're not even close to dying. Well, this went so much better than I expected, and we need to talk about the deck. And if you were joining Arena after the update, you've been waiting for server a lot. So guys, I spent hours waiting to get into, even unranked play. It's still locked for the ranked for me. So yeah, drop this like and subscribe if you appreciate, because I want you to see live decks played on standard, not early access event, on day 1. So if you feel that it's worth something, make sure to subscribe. And we have a ton of new decks, so I think you will be like super satisfied. All right, I will tell you that I already have the idea for the next one. So let's talk about the card. I will give you some ideas which card performed. If you are short on wildcards, always my advice is to wait like 1 or 2 weeks, because then we will know the best decks and you can make educated decision. Early, everyone is trying stuff, so I will give you my honest opinion on what worked and what didn't. First, let's start with the easy one. Culler. This card is so incredibly good. It's so much better than Bloodghast. If you ever played with Bloodghast, you will notice that having your opponent on 10 life or less, so the Bloodghast gets haste, is such a big deal. It's like making or breaking the card. Well, this one has haste forever. Like, it's just for free. And the warp ability means that you don't need to draw anything. With Bloodghast, you needed to draw a land, and which means that you probably have a bad turn anyway. So they were nice and okay, but they didn't have this type of power. This one is literally infinite, especially in a sacrifice deck. The fact that you can warp it and instantly sacrifice it and then just play it again, like, it's just so useful and so quick, because for 1 mana you get 2 damage, so you pay 2 life and your opponent is also losing 2 life, and then you sacrifice. If you have Sephiroth, that's the 3rd last, so your opponent lost 3 life and you lost 1 life. So I know it's confusing, but you get the idea. It's so useful in the deck. This one is great. It's also uncommon, so you can just craft it. So far, Tragic Trajectory seems to be extremely useful. I'm still having some, fears because it's sorcery. So, for example, against Slick Shots, it's kinda not great. And just so you get the idea, when we had 2 mana sorcery removal that killed every single creature, not like go for the throat and non-artifact, it was just kill any creature. But it was sorcery, and nobody ever played it. However, this one is 1 mana, it's very strong, and -10/-10 is very easy to make for this card. So yeah, it seems very good so far. Like, I never had situation when I wasn't happy with this card. So far great. The Zealot seems also incredibly good, because I was kinda baffled to see this has 3 power. It feels like it should have 2. But it has 3. So it feels like a small hint. You better play this card. It's really good. It's a little bit better than you would expect. And the fact that you can sacrifice creatures or artifacts, which is a huge upside, we can check this strategy later, is also extremely useful, because it's 0 mana sacrifice. And paying 1 mana for sacrifice is completely different. Like, you want to drop this and instantly sacrifice the whole board to flip Sephiroth to win the game, or to Bloodwitch, stuff like this. Or just use Sothera, the Supervoid, so you can basically sweep the whole board for your opponent. Well, you don't really care, because those creatures just love dying anyway, and the Culler as well. So this is incredibly good card, and Surveil means that you get good draws, so you kinda never end the chain. Because of course, if you draw a land, suddenly the fire stops. Well, not if you surveil 5 times, and you can make sure that every next draw is another bomb. So, extremely good card so far. The land is really nice, but I'll be honest, in any of the games, it never got used. like with the station effect, but I still think the land is super cool. The fact that you can basically get a tap land that can draw you cards later is really nice, and the most important part about station, it doesn't need to be hasted creature or anything like this. It's just tap another creature you control, and you cannot tap creatures moment they enter the battlefield because of course they have summoning sickness, but this card just taps them, so if they are untapped you can pay it. That means it's basically like crewing the vehicle, and you can do it instantly, so it actually isn't as big of a commitment as you might think to get this. Well, it's 12 power, so still quite a bit, but you get the idea. You will naturally get to it, so it's just a question, is it worth a tap land? I will be testing this one. It actually never made a difference so far, just a fair reminder, but the art is sick and I love lands like this, so I will keep playing this. What is the next card? We didn't really use the Saboteur, but this card is extremely powerful. It's 2 mana for 1, which immediately makes me think of Trespasser. You remember how Ward was incredibly annoying on that card. That was 3 mana 3/3, so of course more chunky, and it transformed, life gain, stuff like this, and exile creatures, so a little bit different, but this one has Menace. And that is so incredibly annoying for your opponent, because even though it has 1 toughness, so of course it dies to a literal 1-drops in like trading, the fact that it has menace suddenly makes it that you probably need to double block, and that means you are probably getting a good 2-for-1, and if they target it and kill it, you get 2-for-1 because they need to pay the ward, discard a card. Of course, there is a downside whenever this creature attacks, puts +1/+1 counter on target creature and opponent controls. So this is a bit of a downside. You probably want to play more removal. We have Charms, we have the Supervoid, and we have the Trajectory. However, it's probably not exactly a sacrifice deck creature, but I wanted to use it. We probably can go with 4th Bloodwitch and 1 more Minor. So it probably would be more efficient this way, but I wanted to try it. We actually didn't draw it, but the card alone is extremely strong, and I think it will probably see some play. We'll see what decks it will fit in, but very strong card so far. So what do we have? Those are old cards. Sephiroth just got so much better with this set because there are so many good interactions. Card is getting more and more insane with every set. I'm here for it. The Charm, one of my favorites, and we will be using this card a lot on this channel. The only downside, of course, is the 3 mana cost. It needs to be all black mana, so it's kinda limited to mono black or 2 color decks with like heavy skewed mana. I think with like Dimir and Orzhov with all the new lands you can make it work. So we will be testing it. One personal gripe I have with this card is that it returns creatures or planeswalkers, so you actually need to play creatures, so it's very hard. It's like harder to use in a control deck, especially that the mode 3 also puts counters on the creature and gives it lifelink, so a little bit less controlish of a card. However, it can exile target creature or planeswalker, and it can also take the planeswalker back, so we will be using it. Very versatile. Of course, it's 1 mana more expensive if you want to remove a creature than like Shoot the Sheriff. So we will see how aggressive the meta will get, but I really like the card. I will be making decks with this one, but we'll see how, if it sees like the competitive meta play. I'm curious about this one. It has some limitations, but it's a very versatile card. And the Acolyte. This one is interesting. It's more expensive than Gix, because Gix, of course, was 3 mana. That's a big difference, because this is the card designed to go with like aggro decks that are hitting the face. However, I really like the Void ability. The fact that you are getting free stuff, it also makes attacking easier, because even if your opponent blocks one creature and gets the good trait, sure, you are hitting with the rest, you draw cards, and then you still make a creature to make up for the one that died. And this one has also lifing, so I like it. It's a little bit slower than Geek, so we will see if it's fast enough. So this is an interesting one. I'm eager to see how it goes, because it's slower, but it also has some nice upsides, so we will see. And Sothera, the Supervoid, the card is definitely kind of built for like this type of sacrifice decks. This might be a little bit too slow. So I'm not super sure about this one yet. I've been testing it, and very often it just wins you the board instantly. So it's a very cool addition, but not sure if it will be good enough to be like a meta card. We'll see. I'm curious myself. Of course, if your opponent doesn't play creatures, it's completely dead card, so that's one of the downsides. And you still need to have the whole engine. You need to have a lot of 1-drops, probably to sacrifice, like the Linkbreaker, Sage, Miner, stuff like this. You need some sacrifice outlets, so you can just sacrifice the whole board at instant. So we basically sacrifice as many creatures as they have, so they cannot really choose what to sacrifice. Of course, the last creature they will sacrifice is the one you actually want to remove. So yeah, I'm not sure about this one. We'll see. Very like chunky card for 4 mana. And yeah, Avenger of the Fallen is absolutely amazing in this deck. It's still a little bit slow to set up because it's 3 mana and it doesn't have haste. However, Death Touch, High Toughness helps you defend immediately, so you usually get very good value already when it drops. And the Mobilize is just made for this deck. Especially that you can sacrifice creatures like this, put the creature in the graveyard, which means you mobilize for more, but you still get the creature because it leaves the token. So that's a really cool interaction. So guys, I think Mono Black just got better. The amount of cool synergies this deck has is kind of incredible. We will see how the meta goes. You know, I played this set for like only a few hours and most of it was trying to reconnect, so be sure to like the video. Like, it was a pain to make this one, but I'm really happy with the set. I'm so excited for the new decks, and I think that we're looking at really fun standards. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to all the patrons that are kind enough to this channel so you can continue making those videos. You guys are awesome. Really thank you for supporting the channel, and if you dear viewer wanted to help making those videos, check out the Patreon. You can join here also on YouTube memberships. It all really helps, so thank you for everyone that considered it. And yeah, that's it for today, and see you guys tomorrow.